Okay, good morning, level up lobby, and happy Easter. I'm just going to give it a few wee moments to see who can step away from their Easter egg long enough to come and have a listen. As always, if you're watching this live, please use the hashtag live, and if you are watching this on the replay, please do use the hashtag replay. Okay, right, let's get started. The title of the video is, well, actually the first bit didn't come up, I don't know why, technology, but it was just Happy Easter and how we can apply the celebration to our life and our goals. And this is not about religion in any way. This is about just purely looking at the celebration of death and resurrection. So for me, that is the death of an old part of yourself and the renewal, the birth of a new part of yourself. So Easter is actually a really great time for reflection in so many ways. One of those ways is looking at your life and looking at your goals. You know, in my reflection reading this morning, the point about, what it says on our school reports, what it says on our sales sheet, what it says in our bank account is just purely a reflection of where we were thinking at one point in time. That's all it is. But what happens is we use those results to dictate the people that we are. Okay, so if we do poorly in an exam, oh, well, I'm just not good at French. I just picked that one out at random. I'm not picking on any subject. It might have been art for you or something else. It's just where your thinking was at a time. Doesn't mean you're not good at it. But we take that, we internalize that, and then that's where we take our action from. So if we don't think we're good at something, guess what we're not going to keep trying or doing? Exactly. So, good morning. So yeah, have a think about what part of you this morning, like, look at everything, like, use this weekend in between bites in your Easter egg and say, okay, what part of me maybe have I been holding on to that isn't really serving me and I could let go? So has it been a past relationship? Has it been a past result in work or finance or school? What has it been? I'd love to know. What has it been? And then just to say, you know what? I'm just going to let that go and think about what it is you actually want. Okay? Everything we've done in the past is just a reflection of where we have been at one point or another. And it's just, as human beings, this is what we hold on to. And like, I have seen it, I have been that person before, but you see it all around you, and people just, they accept whatever figure they've been given, whatever grade they've been given, rather than going, okay, I can do better than this. I can do better than this. Because what happens is then we take this result and we just completely cap off our potential because we know deep down inside we can do so much better. So you could sit down today and journal and think about things, not be hard on yourself. I say this all the time to my clients. Now, this is not an opportunity for you to have a really good go at yourself. This is an opportunity for you to have a look and see, like, okay, haven't been great at doing that, haven't been great at showing up, or haven't been great at getting up early, or haven't been great, whatever it is you're doing, being consistent, and go, okay, that's not the person I want to be, so just let it go. Let it die. Use this lovely turn of springtime to get yourself energized to do things that you want to do. And have a think about what you want to do. That's what it's all about. What would you love to do now in these longer days and the longer hours? Like, what would you love to do? But that's my message from Easter is for you, and this is for generally, is, let go of the old, let it die, just go. You can write it down, you can shred it, you can burn it, and then think about what you want. So what it is that you want. And then as well, I always find holidays, time at home, maybe you're not at work, or maybe you're spending more time at home or with your loved ones. and you really get a chance to see, the kind of life that you want. Maybe you don't get enough time with your family, and you'd love it, and you love it when you do, and you'd love more of it. Why don't you do something about it? And I'll hear the voice go, but Linda, I have to do this. You allowing that thought process, oh, I have to work, I have to have this job. Everything you have is a choice. You don't have to have a job. You can live very minimal, and you can let the government support you, or you can have a job and earn the money for the things that you want. But our limiting beliefs allow us to think that things have to be done a certain way. And that's been one of the biggest challenges I ever faced when I was starting learning with Bob, is like, there's an easier way. What is the easier way? And that's what I love finding out. I love finding out what is the easier way. So when you're watching this, let me know. There's a few things. When it comes to Easter holidays, or when it comes to any holidays, and you don't have to answer this, you can just think about this. These are questions I want to ask yourself is, what are you doing this weekend? Did you just fall into it, or did you plan it? Are you doing what you want, or are you doing what you don't want? Because everything you do is a choice. Like, what is it you're doing? Some people say, well, I have no plans. Well, did you make plans? Because if you don't make plans, the plans aren't going to happen. And I find this quite funny as well, because when you look at social media, and this is where people start feeling lonely, because, oh, I don't go out anywhere. I'm like, well, did you make plans? Make plans. That's what I always say, make plans. Because we can only do so much in our mind. We have to take action. So think about what you've been doing over the weekend. Has it been what you wanted? And it's okay if it's not. But then think about, well, what would I like to have been doing? And we are so kind of programmed to think of, oh, I don't have this, I don't want to do this, or I don't like that. But if we switched our thinking to, well, I would like this, or I do like that, or this would be good to have or to experience, then you're going to come up with good ideas to enable you to do that. See, people think that there's no opportunity out there for them. It's because they're not looking for the opportunity. They're not thinking of the opportunity. They're not thinking about what they want. And that was, and to be fair, I was guilty of that too. It's like, I had these, mild fantasies, but really spending time thinking about what I want, I was very quick thinking about things that I didn't want. And I shared on social media at the weekend, Kevin Hart, I don't know if you know that comedian, he talked about his brother being king negative. In any situation, his brother would find this negative way of thinking. And I think Kevin was telling his brother that he bought some land. He says, I bought some land, I'm going to build my own house. And he's like, oh, good luck. Rather than saying, congratulations, that's amazing, you're going to be able to build a house to your design, he just thought of how much hard work it would be, or all the red tape he'd have to go through with planning and the council and all of the things. I'm just surmising, I'm assuming this is what he was thinking when he said, oh, good luck. And that just made me laugh. I'm thinking, I wonder who's the king negative or the queen negative in your life. And we've all got some people. It doesn't make them a bad person. And this is the thing. If you're a negative thinker, it does not make you a bad person. It's just because your thinking isn't, with this different levels of awareness. That's all it is. So don't be putting on your judge hat and going, oh, they're a negative thinker, they're a bad person. They clearly just don't know a better way of thinking. And that's all it is. But for many of you in the Level Up lobby, we know that there's a better way of thinking. So yeah, I would love to know, when you're watching this here, let me know in the comments what you've been doing. Have you been chilling out? Have you been spending your Easter holidays? I've been spending mine creating, because I find that so much fun. Hobbies working, so I thought, what can I do? And I thought, I could do other things, but what do I really want to do? And I always wanted to work on me. I always wanted to work on things, creating a future. And I seen another post on social media, and it was about, do you spend the weekends? And you can ask yourself this as well. I think everybody deserves time off. Absolutely. We can't work every single day. But if you are escaping your normal life when it comes to holidays, or are you just resting from it? There's a big difference. And if you're always finding yourself, if you're going weekend to weekend, and you're literally just like, not saying it's negative, but if you are escaping, so escaping is like you're sitting all weekend watching TV, or you're straight to the bar, or whatever it is, things that aren't overly productive. If you're escaping, flip it around, go, well, okay, if I'm constantly trying to escape this weekday life, what can I do at the weekends to create the week that the week that I want to live? And when it comes to setting up a business or starting your own, everybody thinks it's easy, and it can be easy, but you always got to put the work in. And there's so many people, and this is the thing that people, founders and entrepreneurs and CEOs, don't often talk about, because people don't care. They don't want to know really where they started. They just want to know, well, you're up here now. What's that like? They don't want to hear the story about how hard every weekend they worked building up the side hustle. Every single weekend. I loved the wee side hustle. That was my thing. I always loved the side hustle. Still like a wee bit of a side hustle. But, yeah, use your time. If you're tired, take a break. But use your time with the weekend. Use your time on the holidays. I always remember Easter holidays used to be, people were out, good weather, you'd be out painting the deck or painting the fence. You were making your home look pretty. Those are the kind of things that you do at Easter time. After the odd stint, especially if you live in Northern Ireland, if you made it to a coast at some point. And I always say that Easter is a real turn of the seasons, but if you live in Northern Ireland, that doesn't really count here. Doesn't really matter for us. It's kind of the same. You can get all seasons in one day if you are lucky enough. But yeah, that's kind of what my thoughts were for today. How can you apply that Easter message of death and resurrection? So death and rebirth, the old you and the new you. And you can always, you can start brand new every day. You can start brand new every hour. Even at 9 o'clock at night, you're like, ugh, hasn't been a great day. Well, you can decide that the rest of the day is going to be good. It's all a choice. And you might think, Linda, that's okay for you. You're always happy. And yeah, but I wasn't always that way. I've chosen to be that way. And I shared, I think it was in this group, I shared a speech from a Navy SEAL major, and he talked about, if you want to be successful, you got to make your bed. And I love it. And every morning, usually when I'm pulling my wee dog, she gets and she sleeps beside us in her own wee bed on the floor. But early in the morning, she likes to get up. And so hubby would get up just before me, then I make the bed. And I always say to Willow, Willow, do you want to be successful? She looks at me like, huh? I'm like, you gotta make your bed. And it always makes me laugh, but it puts me in a good form, because I'm literally laughing at myself because I'm talking to a dog. But she knows. You guys have animals, you know it. They understand every word that we say. So yeah, that's what you can do this weekend. That's what you can do today. And I always say, see you after this call. If you've been watching live in this call, and thank you so much for those who've been watching me live, or you're catching up later on. If there's a wee task that I'm asking you, like, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do that, do it straight after the call when you're in that kind of energy, in that zone, and that mindset. And just write down, like, what old parts of me that I'm like, you know what, don't really serve me anymore. Write them down on a list of paper, and then go, well, what do I want from this next season? How do I want life to look like for me after the holidays? How would I like my normal week to be? And all the things. Put in all the detail. What do you want to earn? How much you want to work? How much you don't want to work? What do you want to work as? Who do you want to spend your time with? How often you want to go on holiday? Just make it a wish list. I have another group called Your Worthy Goals, and it's actually just coming to an end later on today. But that's what we did. We made a list of 50 things that we would love. Wish list, Santa Claus list. Make it big. Wasn't as easy to fill out as you might have thought, but we all did it, and it was great fun. So yeah, you should do that. Think about all the things that you want. Everything you have now is just a reflection of where your thinking was at, where your belief was at a certain point. And the beauty of it is, you can change it. You can change it. Simply as quickly as making a decision that you want to change it. That's how easy it is. Okay. I didn't want to stay on too long today because it's Easter Sunday and everybody wants to get back to their Easter eggs or whatever you're doing. I hope you have the most amazing day today, and I hope you have a lovely weekend. Whatever you've been doing, and enjoy the couple of days that you've got off. yeah, use it as time of reflection too. You know, think about the things that you really want to do. That's what we need to do more of. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Just think about what you want to do. I love seeing what everybody else is doing because I love going, oh, that's a good idea. Or, oh, I like that. Or, oh, I've never tried that restaurant. Or, oh, I must put that on my travel list. That's what I do. I usually like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll put that on my list too. But yeah, spend this time, use it wisely, and then be all refreshed and ready to get your goals started again on Tuesday. Because you gotta be by ball on Monday. So yeah, I will be back here again on Sundays at 10, and I'll be doing that periodically throughout the year. This is the day that I choose. I always think it's a great day. It's a great day to have a week, check in with you guys, and set you up for the week. So until next Sunday, I will see you later. Bye.